Hello and a very good morning, everyone. How was your weekend? Welcome back to today's market outlook and welcome back to a new week of market trading. So today is a Monday, 27th of July 2020. Edmund here. For this morning, we are actually looking at a very aggressive start to the markets this morning. We saw gold prices moving up from 1,901 US dollars early this morning at about 6 a.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. And for the last 5 hours, gold prices touched a high of 1,944, and currently it is just retracing back to 1,931. And of course, the bullish momentum is very much intact. However, the final push for the last 1 hour could have exhausted the bullish move in the short term, and prices could be consolidating or having a mild retracement. Okay, so we are off to a very aggressive start in the markets. However, most of us have just, woken up. So you may have missed this morning's move. It's okay. Let it run, let it go, and come back again later on in the UK trading session and also the US trading session. So let us have a look and see in terms of the economic calendar, what is coming out for the next 24 hours. First of all, we will be having the Bank of Japan's core consumer price index numbers at 1 p.m. and followed by 4 p.m. we will be having the Eurozone M3 money supply data, followed by the German business climate numbers. So towards 6 p.m. we will be having the German Bundesbank monthly report, and from the US tonight at 8:30 p.m. we will be having the core durable goods orders. So again, most of the movements in the markets are driven by the COVID-19 situation, not only in the US, but also globally, from Australia to Europe and so on. The numbers are still rising, and at the moment, there's still no light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, there will be some good and promising progress again from the vaccine developments. So the other factor, of course, will be the US and China trade tensions, where last week, US instructed China to close its consulate in Houston, and also China retaliated by requesting the US embassy to be shut down in Chengdu. Okay, so things are getting again very dicey, very spicy, and conditions can change very fast. But currently, the situation will be bullish for gold, bearish for the US dollar index, and also means that major currencies such as the UK pound and the euro dollar will likely continue to be bullish against the US dollar. Okay, but bear in mind that the US dollar has weakened a lot, and also gold prices has shot up to multi-year highs. So you gotta be careful for some consolidation or even a retracement. Okay, so over the last 24 hours, which refers to last Friday's market, the US dollar continued to weaken, and the US dollar has now weakened past its levels in the month of March this year. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the US dollar index. Again, we saw the US dollar weakening on last Friday. Okay, this was the movement on last Friday. Okay, so we saw the US dollar weakening last Friday from about 7 p.m. from a level of 94.75. It weakens all the way until 94.75 here, weakens all the way until 94.28. And again, this morning, we saw the gold prices moving up aggressively, and also currency prices moving up. That is also in tandem with the US dollar weakening. Okay, weakening further from 94.30 all the way until 93.77. Okay, so the US dollar has weakened and broken past its previous low achieved in the month of March. Okay, 9th of March, where the US dollar touched a low of 94.57. So it has broken through that support levels, and it is still very much bearish. But again, be careful or watch out for some consolidation or some retracements in the US dollar. Okay, so moving on to other events and news which was happening over the last 24 hours. some minor economic data were released over last Friday. So we saw UK retail sales numbers coming in stronger and above market expectations, coming in at 13.9% versus market expectations of 8.3%. So US new home sales also surged to a record 776,000 new home sales in the month of June, as low borrowing costs in the US encourage house buyers to purchase new homes. So other economic data last Friday was the manufacturing PMI data, which was released last Friday from Germany, the Eurozone, the UK, and also that of the US. So all the numbers, except for the one from the US, beat market expectations. Germany's numbers came in at 50.0, beating expectations of 48.0. Eurozone numbers came in at 51.1, beating numbers of 50.1, and the UK numbers came in at 53.6, beating numbers of 52.0. Okay, only the US manufacturing PMI numbers came in slightly below market expectations, coming in at 51.3 versus market expectations of 52.0. Okay, so a quick look on the US dollar index. It has weakened tremendously. Okay, so we could be expecting the US dollar index to have some retracements or some consolidation, meaning that we could also be expecting the UK pound to do the same, having some consolidation and retracing back down. Okay, so early this morning in the Asian trading session, it has been a very aggressive start to the markets for this week, and we saw the UK pound moving up from 1.2792 at about 8 a.m. this morning, local Singapore and Malaysia time, and the UK pound went up about 65 pips, touching a high of 1.2585. So there's a high chance that the UK pound will be consolidating between the support levels of 1.2794 and also between a recent high of 1.2858. Okay. Moving further down, if it does retrace back further, we are looking for it to touch a level of 1.2762 and the next support level at 1.2720. Okay, so moving on to the euro dollar. The euro dollar also saw a pretty similar behavior and movement, where this morning the euro dollar moved up from 1.1650 touching a high of 1.1725, moving up 75 pips, and currently it looks like it's trying to consolidate before deciding whether to go up or down. Okay, so again, the general sentiment is still US dollar being largely bearish, but watch out for some consolidation or retracements. Same goes for the UK pound, which is still largely bullish, and we could be expecting some consolidation or retracements. Okay, moving on to gold prices. As mentioned last week, we were looking at gold prices to hit a high of 1,921. As of this morning, gold prices did touch 1,921 over here at about 10 a.m. this morning, just about 2 hours ago, and it extended its rise, touching a high of 1,944, and it did make a very sharp retracement, retracing back from 1,944 all the way to 1,930 levels. Okay, so again, we could be expecting the short-term bullish run to have exhausted itself and possibly looking for consolidation or even a retracement move. Okay, so looking at silver prices, again a similar story. Silver prices has been consolidating from last Friday and Thursday, and as of this morning, silver prices broke through at about 10 a.m. again from $23.01 and touching a high of $24.38. Okay, so silver prices also had a very aggressive move this morning, moving up $1.36. And finally, let us have a look at US oil prices. Oil prices as of last Thursday and Friday has been slightly bearish, moving down from $42.31 and touching all the way to a low of $40.71. Currently, oil prices are considered to be still relatively quiet, still consolidating, and we would have to wait until later on in the afternoon and evening sessions to decide where it's going to go. Okay, but there is a good possibility that it can come down to test the support levels again at $40.80. Okay, that's about 51 cents to the downside, and to the upside we are having a short-term resistance at the $41.68. Okay, so that about starts that about summarizes the beginning of this week's trading. Okay, so markets are off to a very aggressive start, and we'll see how it pans out over the UK and US trading sessions today. Okay, final one on S&P 500. It is consolidating ever since last Friday, and this morning it went up and found some resistance here, so it is definitely trading within this consolidation phase of 3,230 on the high side, and to the low side 3,201. Okay, so that summarizes our events for today, and I hope you have a good trading day ahead, and I'll see you again for the next update tomorrow. Thank you. Take care.